Hey everybody, it's Lorenzo Valoria from GamesRadar.com, and I'm checking out Terraria, and I'm here with...
Logan Rosenstein from 505 Games.
All right, so this is the Xbox Live version. This was originally a PC game, so it's coming to console. What's different about
So
this
basically, the PC version was really popular. It hit Steam and just took off. People loved it. And basically what we did is we're taking the PC version, bringing it to XBLA and PSN. And so doing so, we took the original game, did the full port. We redesigned all the control schemes so it's based on the controller versus the mouse and keyboard. And when we did the port, we also figured we should bring some new content. So along with that came a tutorial. And the tutorial is based on the fact that a lot of PC players, when they first started the game, they had some difficulty getting started. They were dropped into a world and said, go. And so basically, if you didn't know what to do, you had to rely heavily on some online wikis. So what we see here is we're inside of the tutorial phase. There's going to be some instructions on the bottom, and it's basically going to tell you how to do the new controls. We've got, how to move around, how to get in and out of situations, and basically what we're going to do is kind of touch on the tutorials, and then I'll bring up some of the new content that we're bringing over to the main game. We have a new control scheme, and this right here is what I call auto mode. You have fine and gross control of how your character interacts with the environment. A lot of the PC gamers, you basically only had fine control, and that's fine when you're using a mouse. When I dig, personally, in this version, I like to use the auto mode, and then when I'm in some combat, I like to use the fine mode. It depends on what you're doing with that character. So what I'm going to do is, I have a pickaxe selected. I'm just going to use the trigger and move it, and you can see I'm just holding the trigger once, and it's going to hold, while I hold it down, it's going to be swinging. That's also a new feature. There's a lot of little things that we put into the gameplay that comes into play when you're doing some specific items or specific activities. We've got the inventory up top. We use the bumpers to move and navigate around, and that gives you the basic idea of the tutorial. I don't want to go into the full tutorial because it also goes into how to craft certain items, how to build houses, and all that comes with experience. So as you start to play, you gather materials and you build new things. So real quick, just to show you what autopilot does is it will highlight the base of the tree when you have the axe selected, and I'm just going to hold down the trigger and I'll chop down the tree, and it'll explode into a ton of little pieces, and I'll gather the wood, and you can use the wood to craft certain different items. And I'll leave it there because what we can do is go to my save game, and I'll show you how I make a torch there with the ingredients, and then we'll play with some enemy.
All right, let's kick it off into the regular game then.
All right, let's go. So in the play game, I've got my character, and I've created a couple different worlds. We're going to jump into this one. This one's my favorite. This is one of the smaller worlds, but I've spent quite a bit of time exploring it, and I built up a little bit of a house. I've got some guides with me, and I've got some pretty good equipment. So along with the new port is we have some new content, which means we have new armor, we have new weapons, we have new enemy. All the environments are the same, all the bosses that we had before are the same. We have a new boss. So basically one new thing just to show you real quick is I actually brought my spear with me. I'm going to select that spear here, and I'll show you. It's pretty powerful. We're going to, if we find some enemy, maybe some slime, I'll give it the spear. I built this house, and there's basically with the PC version, you can build whatever you want. It's very open. You can gather all the materials, gather the wood, gather the stone, and then you craft it. So we're going to go down here. Let's see, I should have some wood, so let's craft some stuff. We're going to go to the crafting table, go over to the crafting section, and this is another thing that's new. We redesigned all the menus, because basically the menus for the PC version were designed around the mouse. Mm-hmm. This, with the controllers, you can see the different items that can be made. This is basically saying that this item needs to be built at the sawmill, so that's why it's red. And we can build a workbench, we can go down here and build a torch, and it's showing me the inventory items that I need. So with this one, I can press Y, and you can see on the bottom of the screen, it gives you the buttons that are how to navigate each menu in case you forget. So I can press Y to go to the ingredients, and this says we're gonna go over here, so I need some gel, and I need some wood. And since I have both of them, they're both white, they're good to go. I'm going to go back to the item, and I'll just make some torches. And I'm just pressing A, and it's saying on the right there that I had a ton to go. So now I have a ton of torches, and I can move around, and I can place them anywhere I want. And this is where the controls come into play with the PC versus console, is the fine versus gross. So basically, I can go over here on my inventory, select the torches, and that auto mode is saying, okay, let's select the door because you're near the door. Or let's go over here, let's select this door because you're near the door. But what I want to do is do some fine movement around the house, do some decorating, tidy up the house, if you will. So I'm going to do the manual mode, and I can select any specific cell that I want. So I'm going to go up here, I want to put a torch there. So I'll just pull the trigger, there you go.
Cool.
So you can do these little fine moments. I've got some bunnies there. They like to follow you around. And like the bunnies, we have some pets in this. So some of the new content is you can have some pets that play with you. They follow you around. Some even fight with you. They not fight you, but they fight for you. They'll help you battle some of the enemy. I built this little tunnel up here. I'm going to go across the bridge, and I am now on a floating island. And the way that I know it's floating, besides the fact that I found it while flying around, just to let you know, one of the new features that we have is we have the map. So I can press select anywhere I want, anytime I want, and this shows me anywhere that I've explored on the map. And this is, just to give you an idea, this is a small map. So we have small, medium, and large, and in here, we can zoom in. So there's the house that I have that shows all the different characters that I had living in it. And that's where I am up on that floating island. And one of the main features that we're putting in is we have a 4-player split screen. And that 4-player split screen is cool because you have the 4-player on split screen plus the 8, you can have up to 8 players online. And as a host, if I'm hosting a game, this is where I would control the game mode. So up here, this is basically a co-op. I can click that, and then I can go versus. Mm-hmm. I've got team modes, or selecting teams, which I want. And basically, since I'm the only one here, it says that's my title, Lima Romeo. But if you had other gamers or other friends involved, it would show where they are, and you can assign some teams. Since I'm on the island, let's see. Slime's getting in there. Let's get rid of some slime with that. Spear.
Break out the spear here.
Break out the spear. Here we go. Oh, killed one. There we go. And it's super powerful. I mean, if you had a copper sword, that takes 5 or 6 swipes, just to get that little guy. And, I got some rocket boots. We'll go up here. Some of the newer content that we have is really designed for the experienced gamer. So it rewards a long... the more effort you put into the game, the more you're going to get out of it. We have players on the PC version that play hundreds of hours building these extensive fortresses. And, the more you play, the better armor you get, the better weapons you get. And some of the new content are the really high-end armor, the really high-end weapons, end boss, the pets. So basically, the more you play, the more you get out. Let's go down here. Maybe I'll take you down to hell, and we'll fight one of the bosses. So... as I showed you on the map, it's a big world, so it's going to take a second to get there. But what we're going to do is we're just going to run over there and just start falling down this cave that I built. You can build these caves. You put torches. I put a sign there to remind me that this is the way down to hell. And down we go. And so basically, there's tons of different places you can go. As you explore down below, you're going to find all these ingredients that you use to build different types of armor and weapons. And in each world, there's going to be different enemy that you're going to face. And with the PC version and with this console version, all the stuff from the PC version is included in the console version, we're going to have hundreds of items, well over 100. I mean, there's hundreds of items to build, to wear, to fight with. I mean, there's tons of items. And then when it comes to enemies, there's over 100 different types of enemies and characters involved in the game, whether that's guides or specific enemies. We'll probably run into a couple skeletons down here. I'm in the glow world down here, and we should be getting... There's a skeleton. Let's fight him with the... Let's pull out that spear. He's stronger than those guys. There we go. Got some coins. Still on my way down to hell. And when we get down there, what we'll do is we'll spawn this boss called the Wall of Flesh. And he's specific to the hell environment. And there's going to be... this one new boss with the new content that's going to be, he's going to be exciting. He's going to be hard to beat. And that's where this co-op mode that we have and the split screen mode really comes into play. Stop, get away from me. There we go, gotcha. So with that co-op mode, when you have these really difficult bosses, having split screen is a huge benefit. You can play with your friends, you can work together to beat these bosses, and it adds another level to the game that if you're playing by yourself, it just gets too difficult to play. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, this is on easy mode. If I die, I respawn back at the house, and I can just go back down and fight again. There's a hard mode where when you die, you die. I mean, you lose all your equipment, and you just got to start over from scratch. So it really comes into play, and it becomes really beneficial to have some friends to battle with. And it's a really social game, and it can be also solo. You can do whatever you want on your own. So here we are in hell. I built the shelter for protection, but I'm gonna spawn this guy. Let's go to my inventory, and like I said, all these inventory menus are I just got pushed in by some demon. Heal, don't die. Okay, so quickly get this guy. I gotta get a voodoo doll. We'll put that voodoo doll in my inventory. Get out. Oh, I'm gonna die before I can even spawn him.
All right, so we're back in hell. We're trying again.
All right, here we go. I'm not even gonna go out the door this time. Let's just check him. Voodoo doll out. Land in some lava.
Those hell bats are really giving you hell.
Oh, he didn't even land. Okay, here we go. Fly away. I'm okay. There we go. Let's kill this hell bat. There we go. All right, I want to heal a little bit, and then let's put that voodoo doll in my inventory. There we go, and let's chuck him into the fire. Oh, here he comes. All right. Here.
So you have to do specific actions to spawn the big bosses.
Yeah, a lot of them. There he is on the left. He's gonna try and grab me. Let's go up here.
The hungry.
Yeah, those are the arms that he has. Oh, no, I'm gonna fall. So basically, all the bosses have different actions that you can do, or you have to defeat other bosses to unlock some. You have to craft certain items to kind of get them in, or you have to consume something. So that guy, I had to basically sacrifice a guide by throwing the voodoo doll in. At nighttime, I can consume, in my inventory, you can see this suspicious looking eye. If I consume one of those, this giant eyeball pops out of nowhere and tries to kill me.
Awesome.
So it all depends on what you want to do and who you want to fight.
Cool, it looks great.
Yeah.
So when can we expect to play Terraria on Xbox Live and PSN?
We are looking at late February, early March.
Great.
Yep, so it'll be XBLA, PSN, and it will be good.
Awesome.
Yep.
So for more on Terraria, be sure to check out gamesradar.com.